NTA, Channel 12, Uyo.
Is a very delicate part of your organ. You may see it as being very small, but it's very important because it's the window to the world. Without the eye, you can't appreciate what is going on around you. So you just stay glued to your screen while we take you down on the care and functions of the eyes. Today we are talking about the eye. What do you know about the eye? A lot of people introduce so many foreign bodies to their eyes, thereby leading to blindness. And therefore we have in the studio this evening Dr. Andrew Iyang, Senior Registrar, Department of Ophthalmology, UUTH. Hello, Doctor.
Hello, Mrs. Sumo. Thank you for having me around.
Welcome to the program.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so the eye, we are talking about the eye today. Tell us a little bit about this little organ which we see as the window to the world or to the body.
Alright, okay, so when we are talking about the eye, you made mention of this little organ. The eye it's a very huge structure. Wow. Understand? Like you rightly said, it's a window to the eye. It helps us appreciate the beauty of nature.
Yeah.
And suffice it to say that the eye is a very delicate structure organ in the body that we need to take absolutely good care of it. So the eye is the organ that we use to see. It has it's made up of a spherical globe connected to the brain via a nerve called the optic nerve that enables us, that transmit this information, the light waves that we see, to the brain for us to see. So the eye, it needs good taking care of. And there are various things that people do that is harmful to the eyes, in which we are going to talk about, and thereafter we'll talk about other forms of care of the eye, other forms of diseases, and then we'll cap it off with what we are celebrating this week, the World Glaucoma Week. So I look forward to having this discussion with you and with the general public.
Yeah, thank you so very much. And when you talk about the eye being that very important organ of the body, because like without the eye you can't appreciate what is going on around you, how can people take care of the eyes?
First, the number one thing that I usually tell people is that you don't put your hands in your eye at will. Most of the time, people, I know that the most frequent symptoms that people have is itching of the eyes. So people tend to itch their eyes a lot, understand? So I always tell people, before putting your hands to itch or to do anything, your hands must always be clean. Even while applying eye drops, you need to wash your hands first. Even when you have itching, I usually tell people, don't rub the eyes. If you have itching, I tell people, get a cold pure water sachet, just place it on the eye. It will help relieve that itching. So the number one thing is to wash your hands. Don't apply anything, any herbal medications, because most of the time the number one harmful practices is applying anything that you see out there into your eyes. So most people apply herbs, leaves, Some people even apply early morning urine. I know that's one of the myths about if your eyes are red, then what you call Apollo around here, people tend to put early morning urine, which is very harmful to the eyes. Understand? Because early morning urine, this urine that I studied, it's a waste material. Because anything your body is sending out is waste material, and which could be very harmful. And then for the urine, even for a healthy eyes, it can be very toxic to the eyes. Talk more of eye that is inflamed as an Apollo. You now put this urine inside your eye, so it will likely even melt the eyes. It can melt the eyes. So it's very harmful. Other kind of harmful practices could be like people telling the mother, or maybe applying breast milk.
Exactly.
So applying breast milk to the eye. This is something that contains glucose, and if there's any form of infection, this glucose, this sugar that is found in breast milk, will actually serve as a culture media that bacteria will even grow
multiply.
more. Yes, multiply. So it's very harmful. Some people even go as far as applying cow dung, sand. So there are so many things that we see in the hospitals that people come, oh, I apply this. Some even apply fuel
to the eye.
Yes, maybe because it is now very expensive, so
so they are going to stop it.
Yeah. So there are various things that people apply to the eye. And also, what I will need to advise people outside there is that if you have any eye problem, the only place and recognized place you should go to should be the hospital.
Exactly. Okay, because we're just coming to that. If somebody comes down with issues about the eye, where is the right place for the person to go to? You just get to the hospital, or because some people go to the market, these roadside vendors. Yeah, so some people just no, you go to the hospital, they're going to waste my time. You go to the hospital, it's going to be very expensive, so they just choose to patronize the vendors by the roadside. So what would you say about this?
Well, what I will say about that is that the cost of coming to the hospital compared to the cost of the complications you have is enormous. Understand? People should learn to have the proper health-seeking behaviors. Understand? Because if your car is bad, where do you take it to? You take it to the mechanic. If you have electrical faults in your house, you call the engineer, the electricians. Understand? So why is it that when it comes to health, people tend to look for shortcuts?